Alright, YouTube, stocks by the numbers, welcome back. A little bit of a mixed day here today. We have the NASDAQ slightly green, the SPY and the Dow pulled back into the reds. Fed minutes came out, markets were bouncing around a little bit, but I wanted to do a quick update here on this company, EvoFem Biosciences, ticker symbol EVFM. This company OTC right now. And basically, these are the stocks, like I always say, these are the companies that are extremely speculative. These are the ones that are extremely volatile. If they haven't proved a consistent revenue stream, then you're going to see what we're seeing here, which is just basically constant reverse splits. So we looked at this a while back after they did this 1-for-15 reverse split back in May of 22. Right here at this circle, January 18th, I believe, was when I reviewed the stock. And obviously, as you can see, it has been bouncing around, but is down huge since we made that video. Now, they did have the, what was it? Hormone-free vaginal gel we spoke about, right? They got into the Costco situation. And basically, it doesn't matter because, again, what these companies need is they need to increase share price to maintain listings in some cases, or in other cases, they need to do reverse stock splits to increase their cash real quick. And 1 for 125 after doing a 1 for 15, and of course, going back even further, a 1 for 6 back in 2018. So the only good thing here is in the technicals, it looks like we have a big descending wedge because, again, the company is generating money. It's just not coming in line with these estimates. So the company itself as a whole is not growing at the rate at which we need them to, right? So a situation like this, again, I know it kind of works out this way with a handful of stocks we look at, and that's because they haven't proven themselves yet. And it all comes back to the earnings, right? So again, just like I said with the previous quarter, here on 13.5 million, right? I said if the company posts like 15, 17 million, it's going to pop, it's going to be off to the races. Well, they didn't. They came in light. They posted 5.8. So now you can say, oh, we have this huge descending wedge from this gap down going all the way back to, May of last year with the last reverse stock split. We're in this big descending wedge. We should pop out. Okay, fine. If you want this stock to pull back, again, probably going to drop into the 50s and the 60s. Right now it's trading a touch over 72 cents, recent lows here of 70 cents. And basically it's all going to be on these earnings here. That's what it's always going to come down to with this company because they have not proven themselves yet. So this company somehow, some way needs to come out and post like 18, 19, 20 million right here off this 17.3 estimate. And then honestly, they might just keep it flat. Because remember, reverse split 1 for 125, I mean, they can completely crater this down to 10 cents from where it is now, and it would be completely justified. However, again, even if you look at the bottom of the range here going into earnings, you're looking at maybe around 50 cents. So you're still going to take a little bit of a haircut here. But if this company, again, does post good, healthy numbers here and perhaps even kind of slightly miss even, that may potentially have it just explode out back to like 90 cent here, this 90 cent fib level. And then, of course, the top fib level on the 1 year here is 105. And, I was just showing where it could go. Chances are they'll probably maybe have it retest the top of the trend line, which would be right around that 90 cent fib, and then potentially bounce it around there. Because remember, see, now you're in the same situation almost as like a Fubo, right? When we looked at Fubo, we said we liked Fubo, even though the company a while back did reverse stock split. They completely sold it off. But of course, you have to look at the market cap and you have to look at revenue growth quarter over quarter, year over year. And what happened was Fubo, even though they continued to take it down a little bit from when we first looked at it, the revenue on the company quarter over quarter was growing for the last 2-3 quarters in a row. And they were like slightly bringing it down or just kind of like keeping it flat. That's why we knew that it was a buy. Right? Because that's what I always say, even on the upside, when they bring these stocks up too much, right? Now you have a company valued at like $4 or $5 billion, but they're only bringing in like $100 million a quarter, right? So now we made them 10 times yearly revenue, 400 million. They got a market cap of 4 billion. So what needs to happen now? Either A, they have to pull back, or B, they just have to remain completely flat and wait until increased revenue like reevaluates the revenue to market cap comparison. It readjusts itself, and then it breaks out and it takes its next leg higher. That's why you'll see a lot of these stocks, whether they're brand name or not, once they bring in consistent revenue and the stock has a big run, it either sells off or it goes flat for a little while. And a situation like this company really needs to bring in its revenue. Otherwise, it's not going to end well for shareholders. So they need, again, to come like in line, or even if it's a slight miss here, even if they bring in like 16 million, I believe that'll be like the most that they brought in. Yeah, see, up to like 6 million the last couple of quarters. So that's what I'm saying. Like right here, even if they come in a little light here on 17.3, but if they at least come in with like 15, 16 million, then we can say, all right, they're trying, and eventually it'll get going. But again, you really need these numbers to come in pretty healthy here, which honestly I really don't know if the company is able to do it. And it might be just more bad news and more new lows after this reverse split and a potential earnings miss. Again, these earnings slated for around August 8th. So you have about 4 weeks from today for this company to post those earnings. But again, coming off reverse splits, everyone just basically, no one's a buyer here. If we switch over here to stock charts, we can see on the daily, the MACD, random ad, has actually been rising slightly here on the daily. And you can see again how it kind of just bottomed out to try to hold like that 70-cent bottom. RSI pulled back. I mean, it's been slightly rising actually, but RSI sitting here at about 38. So it is kind of viewed as low. However, again, like I said, reverse split, inconsistent revenue. So the RSI really isn't an indicator with a situation like this. Stock having a 9.5% drop here today. Over here on the weekly, again, looks like the MACD has actually been slightly rising and kind of flattened out, but look at the RSI over there at 27, has basically been consistently below 30 since last August. So, again, this is a really rough situation, and I know a lot of people are involved in it, and you have been perhaps holding for a while. And I just really hope that it's not any serious cash that you have invested into a situation like this. Because again, as nice as they are, a lot of these over-the-counter, like pink sheet, penny stocks, some of them do work out well. But when you go in, regardless of the situation, when you go in, you have to expect a situation like this. And if it's something that is going to take 9, 12 months or 2, 3, 5 years before it really works out for you, you need to have consistent income coming in from different areas to obviously offset these losses. And also, if you're able to consistently add to the position and, average dollar cost average your way down. But again, these are big gambles, and especially these biotech companies. And it seemed like a good story. Again, I saw some revenue coming in, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I thought, over here it was going to flatten out. I don't remember. It was maybe at like 4.5 cents or something before the split, 5 cents. I don't know. But, basically even right after I made the video and the numbers looked all right, after the stock was kind of flat for several months going into that video, all of a sudden it just completely shits the bed and craters down. And again, it's just inconsistent. Look, revenue is supposed to be growing 9 million to 12.9 million. Then you do a reverse stock split, and then you're supposed to come up with 13.5 million. Only post 5.8. Now you're supposed to be at 17 million. So that's what I mean. Like here on these estimates here, after the reverse stock split, 17.3 million estimate. This company posts like 5-6 million again. It's going down 10 cents a share. It's going down to 10 cents a share. It's not going to drop 10 cents a share. They will bring it all the way down. I promise you. And again, now when you do these little evaluations here, these little comparisons, that right? You got a market cap 1.66 million, but the company occasionally brings in some millions, right? And that's what I mean. That's why you can't only look at one metric or one indicator, one comparison, or one formula, whatever it is. Whether it's on the fundamental side or it's on the technical side, right? Because we can say, 1.6 million the company's worth, and, they brought in 16 million. Excuse me. But yeah, you can't just look at it like that. Obviously, the bleeding on the cash side is just extreme, and they're just not meeting estimates, right? They're just not coming in where they're supposed to. So, really a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Again, I know I did say I like it. I'll apologize for it if you listen to me. But again, at the same time, when we first even looked at the stock, we mentioned that it was extremely risky, extremely speculative, and has basically been in a downtrend since it got listed. So, we knew what we were getting into, on my side at least. If you weren't really familiar with the stock market and how it worked, and again, you put a couple of bucks in here and you're down big, like I always say, we've all been there. So don't beat yourself up. You are not alone. You are not a fool, right? We always just have to learn from our mistakes and move forward and try our hardest not to do them again. That's really what it comes down to. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update there on EvoFem because I know people were watching it and it's just not looking good. But I'm going to end it there. And, if you still have a position in EvoFem or you're still bullish on it long term down the road, let us know in the comments section because I'm sure a lot of other shareholders are pretty upset right now. So if you can try to put their mind at ease with any potential positivity that you feel may be coming in the future, obviously that would be nice. But yeah, like the video, thumbs up, share the video, helps out the algorithm, helps me get more eyes on the channel. Subscribe to the channel, means a lot to me. That's our handshake agreement again. I'll do little update videos. If you want to come into Discord, like I always say, it's in the description. If I have any potential short-term trades, I'll call out for you guys. So you could try to make a few bucks quick in the short term. And that's all I ask. Again, handshake agreement. I'll do all that. All I ask is that you push the subscribe button. That is how you help me help you. But moving forward, more importantly, like I always say, I understand that markets are very rocky, they're very uncertain, they're very volatile. Even today we've been bouncing around. So moving forward, I want to wish everyone success. I hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you in the next vid.